Kevin, Olivia, Maya, and Archie.
Yes, ma'am.
To go live. I'm shutting the door.
Hey, hey, hey.
But yeah, it's a really laid back show. Just you can say whatever comes to mind.
What y'all say? Hey, whatever, man. Hey. Hey, man. Who we got?
Don't pinch me. Okay, where I'm at.
All right, showtime.
WOL, where information is power.
And how old is your son?
If you or someone you know is addicted to drugs or alcohol,
So my grandson, I'm not telling my age, my grandson is 6.
800-342.
I know, right? Yeah, he's 6 playing football. He's an outside linebacker, man.
Oh my God.
My nephew, he's now 9 years old.
Okay, he playing?
Taking the first steps to get help.
Okay, good stuff.
He turns 10
that could help you end your drug
Who?
or alcohol addiction once and for
Oh,
all.
okay. He's playing locally or wait?
He plays St. Charles.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm familiar with them teams, them different teams, ain't it? How's everybody doing? Have Miss Olivia in the studio and my man Kevin in the studio. And of course, I got Maya J in the building. My Dynamite co-host, Rockin' and Mike. One day she gonna break out in song, y'all. I think she gonna just start jamming or beatboxing some of the junk. Looking forward to a great show. Very informative. Once again, I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in with me and Maya and Kevin and Olivia doing a Redskin Dallas game. I appreciate the love. Y'all feel me? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's good stuff. But yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to try to educate some folks best we can. Y'all know, like I always tell y'all, this show is not just to entertain people. This show is to help people further understand where they are in life and give them advice and guidance on where they should go and what they should be thinking about and what they should be doing. We all know right from wrong. So let's stop doing wrong things and keep doing the right things. What's up, Cheryl Joppy? Jop. Hey, Sean. What's up, Shantae? Boo Boo. Hi. You good? So we just waiting, the commercials and stuff going. I started it live early. I'm trying to see how many dedicated fans me and myself and Maya have. All right, here we go.
Waldorf, WKYS HD Washington, WMMJ HD2 Bethesda, and worldwide at WOLDC News.
We talk. Make sure we talking to Mike, y'all.
Show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
Let's figure it out on the Archie Beslow radio show. He cares, he shares, he knows. The journey of our youth is in our control. So tell your family and tell your friends that the word on the street is we all should listen in. So let's figure it out on the Archie Beslow radio show.
Hail to the Redskins, fight for all. Oh, my bad, I'm sorry. I'm in the studio representing the voices of our teen show with Dynamite Maya J.
Hey.
We also got my man Kevin and Miss Olivia in the house. How y'all doing?
Hi.
Everybody good?
Hey.
How about them Redskins?
How about them Redskins?
How about the Redskins? Kevin said, how about the Redskins? So today's show, before we get into the show, I'll be remiss if I don't thank God Almighty, my mom and my dad, and all my supporters, and the people that believe in me and what I'm doing, and also the people that support Maya J. This is a dynamite young lady doing so many phenomenal things. She's an actress. She's a philanthropist. She thinks she got basketball skills, but I'm trying to tell you, I'm dunking over your head, behind your back, crossing you up. On PlayStation, though. On PlayStation. Hey, we ain't gonna do it live.
You can't see it on court. You can't see me on the court.
All right. But without further ado, I got Tracy making faces through the screen. See, they ain't see that? That's all good, though. We love her. Also, I got Dynamite, beautiful young lady, Miss Tracy is in the house. Brother Kevin's mom, And also, Big Kevin is floating. Kevin rocking his Redskin shirt as well. People, you know, we representing, but they got the shirt on. You don't like? Wait a minute. who your mom like, man? What team you like? What team your mom like?
Oh man, she like Cowboys, of course.
What we do? We call it drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
We drop the mic, drop these mics, and throw these mics out the room. We got a Cowboy. Oh my God, that's how my mom is. My mom is a Cowboy diehard. Oh my God.
My grandma is too.
Oh my, we get this is
kind of fans, man. I swear.
Come, hey Kevin, speak on it, man. Ain't
Worst
terrible,
kind of
right?
fans. I swear, terrible
They
fans.
been to Dallas Avenue. They ain't been to Dallas, Texas. They can't even tell you what
Never went to Dallas, but they're a Dallas fan.
they can't tell you the best restaurants in Dallas. Right. So without further ado, today's show is going to be about teen pregnancy, young families, and young parenting. We know there are a lot of, I don't want to use the word mistakes. You feel me? I don't think that we make mistakes. I do believe that God, you know, put us in situations and situations take place, and we just have to be able to recover and make the best of it. And it always comes from a strong supporting cast, you know, whether it be mom, dad, your friends, your peers, or what have you. What you got to say, co-host? Look at my co-host. Go ahead, jump in, Kevin.
Well, I don't think it was much of a mistake. Me and Lily been together for like 7 years, so
Okay.
it's been like a process. So when we did expect, you know, our child, it just came about, and it changed us in a good way. So it was like much of a blessing than a mistake.
So right there, and that's a great way to segue in. By you being a young man, and you just by me being in your presence, I feel your spirit. You have a very strong and positive spirit, and I'll tell you personally, I love you for that, for being who you are, and to actually step up to the mic and come off like that.
Yeah.
To say that this is not a mistake. We put the time in.
Yeah.
So everything that we're doing forward, we're planning. We're not doing it recklessly. And that's what a lot of our kids are doing. Our kids are not thinking how you're thinking. But give some key points, both of you guys, on what is the benefit and the beauty of your relationship, especially with a kid.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Bring the mic to it, Kevin.
Like you said, we've been together for 7 years, and I think with us knowing each other so well and finding out that we were expecting, I knew regardless of what was going to happen, he was going to be there and he was going to be able to help me through it. So I freaked out.
Wow.
Kevin's the type of person that calms me down and brings me to where I need to be. So I think the fact that we were going through it together, I wasn't scared.
Okay. All right, Kevin. Hey, wait a minute, man. You get some kudos. And I wanna applaud you too, Olivia. To be at a young age, to actually speak up for your man, and you're actually incorporating family. And I can see the emotions you have behind yourself and how you talk about your relationship and your child. Mm-hmm. So that's beautiful, man.
Thank you.
So Maya, you got a couple of questions to ask you guys.
Okay.
How old were you when you two were first found out you were expecting?
I was 20.
And I was 21.
Okay.
Just turned 21 pretty much.
How has this dynamic changed your lives?
I'm not going to lie. It's hard, but it's not unmanageable. You're changing your whole entire life to be on someone else's schedule that doesn't have any sense of what time is. So I never knew how exhausting, but how rewarding it would be to be a parent. It's not easy. There's finances, there's doctor's appointments and feeding times. There's a lot that goes into it. But when you look at your child and see how they've grown and how you've grown with them, it's an amazing thing.
All right.
Well,
So go ahead, Kevin.
I heard you say about finances and stuff. I don't really see it as being a heartache at all. More or less taking a piece of what you want and building it. So I feel like you putting the time and the effort, all that don't really matter. So you're more or less just growing up faster.
There's no more spending money.
And how old are you guys? What's the ages?
I'm 21 now.
Okay.
I'm 22.
Okay. All right. Y'all pumping more knowledge, positive knowledge than some older people that I know. I want to, again, and I may say this throughout the show, I'm going to applaud you guys because, first of all, it takes a lot of courage to come as young adults to speak positively and to accept where you are in life and to know family is very important. And for you guys, and I often say this, my mom had me when she was 17. And back then that's how it was, but my mom now is like my mom, my best friend, sister and my mom. You always start with mom and end with mom, but it's a beautiful thing when you're mature enough to know the situation you're in, and then you actually handled it. And you guys seem to be on point with what you're doing, man, and I applaud you.
Because a lot of young people they're rushing into being mature adults, but then once the time for responsibility comes, they run.
Mm-hmm.
And I applaud you guys for being mature and taking on the responsibilities.
Thank you.
So we start out with the nice questions. That's the show going. And real talk. And when I say nice questions, the safe questions. The safe questions I call our barbershop conversation questions, where everybody can kind of. The tough questions are not directed at you guys. It's the tough conversation that we have a lot of people that's listening to this show that they want to ask somebody, but they don't know how to ask. So it's up to like myself and Maya and like the guests to actually help people. Mm-hmm. Now I know you guys, we all have ups and downs, we all have situations, but what do we say to a young man or a young lady, based off your experiences, that may have gotten pregnant and the guy, it was an accident, and then the guy's no longer in her life? What can you guys say to that? Mm-hmm. And we always say, kind of just play it in your mind as if it happens to you. Yeah, it's almost... It's tough, right?
That's a tough one.
It's a lot of help out here.
Okay, here we go.
Me and Livy, when we first found out that we was pregnant, we actually went to this was a clinic.
Yeah, it was a free clinic.
It was like a little free clinic, and they helped counsel us.
Come on, man.
And help guide us. And that really helped us get through it, because she pointed out some key points to us.
Okay.
And through us freaking out and panicking and worrying about other things, she helped look, it's not hard, it's doable, it's manageable, and with y'all being together, it helps a lot. Now with someone as a single parent, it helps a lot. You got a lot of friends and family.
Amen.
And then also having that support group. So having going to that clinic and having that help and having the guidance helps a lot too.
We do a thing on this radio show called Repeat. Can you repeat what you just said? Support group. Repeat that. and the reason why I tell you to repeat it, man, because like I said, you guys are 20 and 21.
Right.
And to even speak on needing support, well, we have adults that are afraid to get support, and then they wonder why their kids sometimes are struggling because they're not the example of what their kids should be. Yeah. So, right, you see where I'm going with this?
I'm not gonna lie, I was one that was like, I can do it on my own. I'm gonna prove that I can be a mom without
motivation.
help.
That's fine.
Don't do that. Use the help. You're tired. You need just someone to talk to and understand where you're going through. And back to the clinic, they literally took us through counseling and said, this is how you're going to talk to your parents. This is how we have budgeting classes, we have parenting classes, all free to you.
Right.
You have a support team, but using your family, you might not want to say, look, I need help. Say you need help.
Amen.
There's times I cry, I'm like, Mom, I'm so tired. Take the help.
So how is your budgeting at this point? So how do you guys set up a budget? So do you kind of I want to get this, but nah, I got to think about the baby?
I don't think it's more so we still have finances to do what we want.
Okay.
We just don't want to do them anymore.
Another drop the mic. We're gonna have to, and Nikki, we're gonna have to buy some new mics because we dropping mics in here. This young lady said in this studio and said she ain't worried about that because she wanted to take care of her child first. That is a super amen.
Right. I'm more about saving, so I can still maintain a lifestyle that I had before, but I'd rather save my money and save my money so I can have vacations with my family.
That's good.
That's more important than me spending money on my clothes, games, me going out to the club. I'd rather save my money so we can go out as a family.
Where was you at when I was your age? I was me and you was hanging out. I wish you was that friend when and like I said, this show, we're talking about teen pregnancies, young families and all that. And like we said before you got in here, the show takes different turns. So what you just said is a true nugget on how you're planning at a young age to be prepared for your future. A lot of young people are not thinking that way. And for you guys to come on the show and say, hey, it's not just for the child, it's not just for each other, but individually, you both guys are grounded, which means you're going to have a phenomenal young man. Y'all are on a course to be great parents. Go ahead, Maya, because you know they might get me choked up. I got young people doing great. I love it, man. I love y'all. I love young people because to me y'all mean the world to me because so many people take y'all for granted. And it tears me up, man. Y'all shouldn't be treated as we would get to you guys when time permits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of adults are treating our kids this way. And then when our kids go to the left when they should have went right, now you want to wrap them up. Nah, wrap me up when I'm doing great things. Don't wrap me up when I do bad things. Go ahead, Mike, because y'all not girl. I'm about to go.
What would you tell someone if they're like not sure of how to approach their parents or their family with this, with finding out that they're going to be a young parent?
That's a good one. I struggled a lot with telling my parents about my pregnancy. And the one thing I kept thinking is, what's the worst that's going to happen? I'm already in this situation. I've decided to parent. They'll appreciate me being honest with them. And you make so many things in your head that never come true. I thought it was going to be like a screaming match. Oh my God, how can you do this? They literally were open arms. And I think we work ourselves up more. Yeah, they might be disappointed, but they're there for you. So I think it's mainly just getting out of your own way and just doing it. The sooner you tell them, the more help you get.
Well, I have a confession. I'm just saying. So my son Archie, that's 27. I have a grandson named Aiden. I was upset, tremendously upset that my child, and I didn't think that he was ready to have a son. And I'm saying this to a lot of adults. A lot of adults jump on the defense first when their kids get pregnant. And at that point, it's too late. The child is here. So why do we even give off that negative energy when we know that kid is here? And it's not the kid's fault that he's here. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, Aiden is a bundle of joy to me. I love him more than life. To hear him call me Pop just melts. I just empty out my pockets. You know what I mean? And it goes back to what you guys are saying. Family, you can't have family if you don't have babies. You feel me? So, again, you guys get a lot of kudos for where you are and the maturity that you have. And me, as being a mentor and a dad, your maturity level speaks volumes to where you guys are going to be within the next 5 years. And then the 10 plus years. And at the end of the day, there's nothing else out here but family. So the path that you guys are on now, you guys are going to do all right.
That's one thing I like to say.
Sure.
My father had the same reaction that you had with your son. I actually told my father after the Redskins game, after they won, right? It was going against San Francisco. I told him after they won, and he seemed pretty upset, but he got over it, and I feel like he loves his grandson all of his heart.
Amen. So we got the phone lines are blowing up. So we're gonna take our first caller. Who we have on the air? Who we got, Sister Nick? Who we got? We got Malcolm. Line 1, Malcolm, you on the air?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you for calling the Voices of Our Teen show. What's going on, buddy? What you got for us?
Just listening in. First of all, I wanted to congratulate, if I could, Maya for the awesome job that she's doing.
Thank you.
And all of the things that she's involved in.
Mm-hmm.
And I just tuned into the radio station. My situation was a little bit different than the couple that is sitting there. And like you said, I commend them for, they seem like they have good heads on their shoulders, so they know where they're going. And I wish them well in their journey. My journey was, I also was one that got my girlfriend pregnant at 21. But I was still home. She was still home, and we didn't have any plans for having a child, to raise a child.
Mm-hmm.
So at 21 and 20, here we are now. Okay, we got a plan to have a third member in our family.
Okay.
So shortly after that, we got married because we were both involved in the church, and me, I'm thinking, oh, I better marry her before she had the baby. Her parents told me some things, you're not ready, she's not ready. But we still went ahead, got married, and by the support, I heard them say that they had a support group.
Yes.
They went to a counselor.
Yes, sir.
We had the support group of our family.
Okay.
Any outside help, we didn't have that stuff. So we had to figure, okay, with me working a job that I wasn't able to take care of 2 extra people. So now I find myself, okay, now I got to do this. I got to work overtime. I got to do something more to support my child. So that's what I did. I ended up getting a job that was paying a little bit more than what I had. Then I was able to eventually move out of my mom's house and start to raise my family. And I have a support of my family, like I said, which they supported us financially, they supported us mentally, spiritually, especially. And then, we grew into the family, and that's a part of my story.
Okay.
I hope I didn't take too much time.
No, and myself, Olivia, Kevin, and Maya, we appreciate that, because that's the whole purpose of the show. The purpose of the show is so that people can have a voice and so people can be heard, and so everybody know that they're not in this stuff like by themselves. So I want to commend you for even sharing your story.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well,
go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm trying to get some of these phones because the phone lines are blowing up. So I didn't want to. I didn't want to cut you off. I love everybody to complete their thoughts. So I didn't want to end the call.
No, that's good. That's good.
Outstanding. Thank you again for calling in, sir.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Let's go to the line, guys. Want to take some more calls, guys?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, let's take another call. Who we have on the line? Hello, you're on Voices of Our Teens. Who we have on the line?
Hello. I'm on the line. Oh, okay. My name is Cecilia. I first want to give a shout out to Maya on the wonderful job that she's doing as a young teen. And second of all, I want to give congratulations to the young couple, Kevin and Olivia.
Thank you.
And I also want to say this real quick. Me being at the time a teen mom, I was 17 and 3 months pregnant, walking across the hospital stage. I did not have these supports because I was just young. So it really doesn't matter if you're not ready and to be a mom at any age, but especially with a teen. Your support has to be with your family first. Okay, and second of all, it takes 2 to raise a child.
Yeah.
So my congratulations to them again, and first get an education. That's the first and foremost.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and get yourself together first before you call yourself being a mother.
There you go.
It was tough then, and I'm 53, and it's even tougher now.
Right.
So that's all I just have to say. It's just that you hear about this all the time. But again, congratulations to them and all the best to them.
Awesome. And thank you for calling in too, Cecilia.
Okay.
Appreciate
thank you.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Before we take another call, so like I said, once again, and you guys have to know, because a show like this is to encourage you guys to share your stories with other people. And there's going to be some teenagers friends that that's going to be reckless and messy. They're going to just do things just because. But by you guys setting the example of how you can be a young couple and you can do great things, it's going to help change the world. And I know that's kind of big, but it's facts. There are not a lot of examples of adults doing great things and sharing things. There are definitely not a lot of examples of young people doing great things. You feel me? So that's the bookend in the world. We need young people spreading good words, and we need our adults to be held accountable as well.
Right.
So what you got for Maya?
I think that's awesome, because I've been sitting here thinking about how good your priorities are, because I'm very close with someone who got pregnant around the same age as you all, and their priorities are just not together.
Right.
And I'm very close with their child, and I try to be a good role model and set a good example for her. But the parent, she's a single mom at the moment, and her priorities are just not together.
Right.
And I know a lot of older folks whose priorities aren't together and aren't willing to make the sacrifices that you all have made, and to see that you being in your age and how mature you are is just really mesmerizing. It's really.
Thank you.
You hit it on the head, Mike.
Going to I want to point out to the first caller that I called. Actually, when a month later, after 3 weeks later, after we had our kid, we actually moved out. We packed up and left. We could have stayed in our parents' house, but we wanted to do things on our own. So we packed up, left, and ever since then, I don't look back for real.
It feel good, don't it?
It feels great. Have my own. I can do what I want and raise my child how I want. So it's just about going up. I feel like if I didn't have our child, I would never moved out my parents' house. And this gave me the extra push to move out my parents' house.
And become great.
Right.
So anything in life that should be a distraction or a hindrance really should be a motivator.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't get ahead because they don't use their regrets, their failures, or mishaps as motivators. We're not meant to be on this earth to just be like, I fail and just give up. Nah, because there's always someone watching you.
Mm-hmm.
There's always someone relying on you. And there's always someone that you're changing and that you don't even realize that you're changing. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you guys this. What are some of the conversations, negative conversations, that you've received from your peers?
Actually, one of my best friends, he has a child too, and he only done so far support me. My sister, she was the same age as me when she had a child. All she did was support me, so I never had any negative backlash.
Awesome.
Only thing I could really think of is probably the fans from the show. Maybe gave me some backlash, and I might ignore them because they're not in my shoes. So I don't really care what they say or how they say it to me. The only way I really get upset or concerned when it bothers her, Olivia.
Speaking of which, Miss Olivia.
The fun part. I get.
Because I know they got haterade raining on your head.
They do.
I do.
I know they do.
But I've tried not to pay attention to it.
Okay.
If I look at comments and I read what people say about me not knowing me, it's going to drive me crazy.
Okay.
I don't have time to focus on negative. If it's not a positive comment, I'm not reading
Amen.
it. Because it's not going to do anything but make me feel like I'm failing.
Right.
And I'm not. I'm learning a lesson. So ignore the negativity in it. I don't read the comments anymore.
Motivate. Let it motivate, don't hate. Let it motivate, don't hate. That's a powerful statement, young lady. Let's go back to, we going to take another call?
Yeah.
Outstanding. All right. The people want to be heard. Who's this right now? Let me see who we got here. That's my country access here. Who we have a caller in your line? Miss Sherry Lynn? Hey, thanks for calling the show, Voice of Our Teens.
Thank you. How you doing, Archie?
Outstanding. How you doing?
Good. And Maya?
Hello.
I want to congratulate you, too.
Thank you.
You're doing a spectacular job, nice job. And I'd like to say hello to Kevin and Olivia.
Hi.
Yes, so my thing is, too, I was a young mother at 21 years old myself, and it was a little rough because I was a single mom. But my thing is, I had my mom, I had my son's grandmother, so we kind of combined the two of us. But what I did learn as coming up as a mother, once you have that child, your whole life changed. It's like it's not about you anymore, it's about the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how Olivia, as a young woman, her head is focused.
Yep.
Because, see, we got all the time in the world for us to disappoint our children. But you don't want to do it right now.
And Sherry, she in this joint looking like a pit bull. She already got in her mind, like, I wish somebody would.
And Kevin, I like how he's focused because, see, we don't get too many mom and dads at a young age together.
Amen.
Always that single parent counted out and that drama of the other misfit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And your mind is focused.
Right.
And I like how you two, what I want to say to you two is be yourself because everybody else is taken.
Amen. Come on now. Wait a minute. Okay, sir.
Make that baby count. That baby counts, and ain't nobody else can tell you anything.
Yeah.
Amen.
It takes a village for you to raise these kids. So keep in mind, put positive people in his life and yours, and keep the negativity away from him.
Right.
All right. Thank you again. Thank you for calling Voices of Our Teens. Appreciate the comments. All right. So yeah, and that's what we are. That's what we are as a society. I stutter every time when I get excited. I stutter a little bit, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. I get excited. That's what we are in society.
Yeah.
Society is looking for positive people, positive situations, because everyone has been through something that everyone has been through, but we all want to see victories. So when you talk about, teen pregnancy and young ladies having kids or it's not working out, that's the norm. The norm is it failing. But like I said, you guys are a breath of fresh air to show that not only does it work, but you guys are you're taking on the challenge. And you know how you guys win in the challenge? Because you two sitting in front of me and Maya, y'all exemplifying love amongst each other first. If you have love amongst each other and you got that team mentality, y'all can't lose. There's an old saying: if I put my back up against your back, that means you're watching my back and I'm watching your back. Can't nobody come in between us. And you guys, just go ahead, Maya, because Maya, we got some phenomenal people. Maya, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, Maya thinks she gonna get away from this basketball game, y'all. I'm gonna dunk on Maya so hard she gonna be.
Now remember, he said on the game, he's not trying to see me on the court.
Not going on the court. We're not doing that foolishness. I got
K-19.
Hey Kevin, I got a reputation, Slim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she ain't gonna be. I'm living in the pain. You feel me? So right now, what advice can you give, other than what we just spoke about? What advice can you give couples that are in denial and that have regrets about getting pregnant at an early age?
Man, I'll tell you one thing. It's not easy, cause it's two different personalities. Now we got another personality, our child.
And y'all personality's gonna change.
Man, look, like I'm more laid back, chill. Sometimes live, a little.
I'm very high strung.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
I said
I
little
get
high
stressed
strung.
easily.
And I'm like, look, chill. Like, it's going to be okay. She's like, no, Kevin. It's like, I'm like, nah, like, look.
Right.
If you calm down and just, like, lay back,
right,
it's going to work out how you want it to. Say, no, it's not. Like, look.
Right.
We can know.
And
then a week later, it happens the way I said it's going to happen.
There you go. Okay, leader the house. Like, my man.
And then
those are the traits.
But it is hard, though, at times, because, like I said, two different personalities, and we've been together for so long, since I was 15, since she was 14, so sometimes we nitpick, sometimes, we're tired at times, we don't like dealing with each other, and I'm the only child, and grew up in a house, with siblings, and I want my time to myself. She went up under me, I'm like, look, move.
Hey,
move
Kevin,
my time.
Establish it now, Kevin. Hey, establish it now. You better establish
I know, and I've been getting better at it, like a whole lot better. So, we have a lot of conversations. We communicate a lot.
Okay. And communication is the key. And so moving forward, you guys are going to have to kind of screen your friends.
Yes.
You want to speak to that? You can speak to it.
When you're in a situation, you said they regret having a child. You shouldn't regret a decision you made. You were in a situation, and these are the cards you're dealt because of what you decided to do. Okay. So it's not something to regret, but the first thing you need to think about is who your support team is. Are your friends really going to be your friends? 9 times out of 10, most of your friends that you started out with aren't going to be there.
Amen to that.
And you need to think about who you're surrounding yourself with and who you're going to surround your child with, because whatever energy you have around you is how your situation is going to turn out.
Okay.
So if you have negative people, it's going to be a hard road ahead.
I don't even have any friends. All I got is family.
There you go.
Like, our son's godfather has been my mentor and my godbrother, and he helped me through so many situations.
Okay.
Especially a situation like when Liv got pregnant. I went to him first, like, look, like, I don't know what to do. And he helped me out.
Yeah.
So, I don't all the friends I had in high school, they're not here right now. I had one friend, but he's my godbrother too, and he's been by my side ever since. You know, he's not flaked on me. He hasn't been fake to me. He keeps it real with me.
My man.
And also his mother is my mother's best friend too.
Okay.
So it is a good relationship I have with people around my circle.
And then some friends aren't, not all friends are you're going to be able to see that they're not supporting you. Like, they might babysit the kid once in a while, or will help maybe go run an errand for you. But you have to be able to see if they're trying to influence you to do wrong things.
Okay.
Like if they're saying, oh, let's just go to the club, and then you say yes, and then it starts to become a weekly thing, they're not a good friend. Yes, they may support you with some things, but if you see that their head's not, they're not pushing you to be the best parent that you can be, they're not a good friend.
So what do you, that's awesome, Maya. That's Maya J. I love saying that, Joe. Maya J. Those are very profound. And Maya, tell me how old you are.
I'm 14 years old.
I love when that child tell her age, because I'm telling you, our young folks out here gets it. They understand life. Start listening to our young people more. I am promoting that. So moving forward, what are some things that you see down the road? Everybody, I know in life people fear the unknown. You know, I just did a show about fearing the unknown. Don't be fearful of the unknown. Kind of let it motivate you. So what do you guys fear that may take place 10 years from now? It could be anything. It don't even have to be about parenting. Anything. What do you guys fear in the next 10 years?
I'm going to be honest, and this might not even sound like it's an honest answer. I'm not scared of anything.
That's fact. That's your answer. That's facts. What about you, Kevin?
My fear is not being in the place that I want. That's my biggest fear. My fear is me settling.
Boom.
I don't want to settle. That's like one of the main things, and I feel like if I find myself settling and not trying to be better, that right there like really gets me upset.
Tell the people, Kevin.
Me being better is like my main focus. Every day I wake up, I'm thinking, what can I do?
Right.
What can I do next to better myself?
So do Archie a favor. Tell the listeners how old you are once again.
I'm 22.
Come on, man.
About to be 23.
Right.
In a few months.
Come on, man. And you said a young man said that you are fearful of not being where you should be 10 years from now.
Yeah.
We have to think like that.
We do.
Because if you're feeling that way now, subliminally, you're going to be structuring yourself so you won't be in that situation.
Right.
There's a lot of people wait till they get to that situation. Then I wish I would have did X, Y, Z. No, and these are the conversations we should be having amongst ourselves. When we get with our mans and them, or when we get with our girlfriends and the girl, my aunt, y'all just got ends now? I just learned these called ends. These jumps right here. Edges. My bad. They should be baby hair, but they call them edges. Girl, my edges, the heck with your edges. I want you to tell me about how I should be 10 years from now.
Right.
Or give me some advice or something that you may have heard from someone else that inspired you to change. We have to start sharing our wisdom amongst each other so that we all can grow. Don't get wisdom in and just keep it for ourselves. Share the wisdom.
Right.
Because that person you're sharing the wisdom, one day they're going to come back and you're going to need their help. But if you don't, you feel me? If you don't pass out enough information, you're not going to get a lot of information in return.
And back to what you said, people say I wish all the time.
All the time.
I don't have time for I wish. I do. So what am I going to do that's going to make this dream that I have come true? I'm not going to wish. I can spend years wishing and hoping I did something.
Come on,
but
man.
what am I going to do to actually make sure I'm getting what I want?
Because you are, and Olivia, that is profound. Because young lady, what you speak into existence, what you apply, you're going to get it. The only person or the only thing that can hinder you from your growth is yourself.
Right.
That's true.
And if we get that concept in life, we're all invincible. Because the road that we take is our road. Not based off of the distraction that we encounter, it's our road. So what do you envision your child being? Because we all, and that's how parents think, I want my son to be a doctor. I want my son to just love God. I want my son. What do you guys think about? Because what you think, it actually goes into his spirit.
Right.
You feel me? So what you guys wishing for your young man?
Like right now, I'm starting with his hair.
Okay.
Like me and Olivia both, talk to each other. We said we're gonna start with their hair. I'm not gonna cut my son's hair. I'm gonna make that decision on his own.
Okay.
I'm not gonna force nothing on my child.
Okay.
That's my biggest thing. So I feel like, as both of our parents and their parents, they force a lot of things on them. And some things, like my grandmother talked to me and she was like, yeah, my mother made me get baptized. She said I had to be baptized by 12. But she said when she was 12, she didn't know what that meant. She didn't know how, like, the meaning behind being baptized. But all she knew was her mother said, you better be baptized by you're 12. And she was just like, well, I'm a child trying to do what my mother's saying.
Right.
And I feel like that's not all right. It's not cool. Your parents should not force anything on you.
Right.
Everything should be natural.
Right.
If you want to do something, then do it. That's on you.
Right.
Make your own decisions.
Make your own decisions, Mike. What you got?
I strongly support that. I strongly support that.
Yeah.
Because nothing's really forced on me, but I know kids who's being forced to not act a certain way, but like do certain things. And one kid, I know her dad really wants her to be a soccer player, and she can't stand soccer.
Right.
And her dad won't let her come out of playing soccer, and he's forcing her to play soccer for high school. And they have soccer practice every day except for Sundays.
Wow.
So she dreads going to school. She likes school because she's really smart and she's popular, but she doesn't like going to school because of soccer practice after school. Like, she's really smart and she's popular. She's a very pretty girl, but she dreads going to school because of soccer. She dreads her weekends because of soccer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that you understanding how it would feel to force something onto your kid is good.
We got adults now that's not even, man, I love y'all, man. I love these people in here, man. It's real, man. Hey, the phone lines are on blaze. Nigga, hey, who should I talk to, nigga? Who's the most pleasantest person that's called in? Because I know some people probably call in with attitudes. My mama. Ma, you on the phone? That's my mom, y'all. Hey, Ma.
Hey, son, and hello to everyone that's in there.
Hello.
Hey, Ma, you got to keep it brief, Ma. Ma, go ahead.
Hello?
Hey, Ma, go ahead.
Me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. Ma, you got to keep it brief, though. We got like 7 callers on the line. Go ahead.
What's your name, Mike?
No, it's Kevin, Ma. It's Kevin and Miss Olivia.
Okay, Miss Olivia and Kevin?
Yes.
First thing I want to say, God is always going to be with you, and God's going to guide you right. That's your first. You're just God. Believe me. So, but secondly, I'm going to make it brief and short. Now, I know somebody said something about Dallas, and now who was it? Was it you, Kevin?
No.
No. Can't backtrack.
Who was it?
My mother's a Dallas fan.
Okay, well, as long as it's in the family, that's fine. and the show said, let's figure it out. So, son, I want you to figure this out.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me know who's going to win when you come home, because I'll be here waiting for you.
All right, Ma. Love you, Ma.
Okay, love you and love you all. God bless you all, too, sweetie.
All right. All right. Who we got, Nick? Who we got in here? We got another call on the line? Laverne, you on the line? Caller? Hello, how you doing? Thank you for calling Voices of Our Teen Show.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn. I'm calling from Dundalk, Maryland.
Awesome. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and I just wanted to say that, when I was 17, I became pregnant with my first child, and it was a very hard struggle with no support.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to tell all the teens out there, if you can talk to your parents first, please talk to them. And just don't let anyone deter you from making the right decision, because it's hard. I mean, once you get pregnant, there's no turning back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you will turn your whole world upside down.
Mm-hmm.
And, I hate to say it's a mistake, but I wouldn't call it that.
No, ma'am, it's
It's
not.
something that, a lot of teens out here are not educated.
There you go.
Need to learn. But I just don't want you to be in the footsteps that I was in. when I was 17, because I went through a lot, being homeless, not knowing where I was going to go, but thank God I had friends and family that did help me. And I just want to say, too, just put God first. Amen. And keep the faith that He will pull you through, because He did for me.
Amen. Thank you for your time and thank you for your call, man. That was very valuable. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Amen. And the beauty of radio, the beauty of life, the beauty of people sharing, is equivalent to going to the hospital. It's equivalent to somebody going to the emergency room. There are a lot of people that want to go to the emergency room, but they don't go because they know it's crowded. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people that want valuable information. They don't want to ask people because they don't want to be judged. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that myself and Maya have a platform where people can call in and just get things off of their chest, because you can really be healed just by expressing. In a lot of cases, we all know this, a lot of times you don't say things to get a response. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people just want to get it off and not be judged. So we're going to go to another caller. Y'all, I love it. Who we got? Who's the studio caller? What is that? We got a technical difficulty in the building. We got anybody else on the line? Laverne? Laverne, you on the line?
Yes, I am.
How you doing? Thank you for calling the Voice of Our Teen show.
Oh, great. I'm actually calling from the Washington scoring headline.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say that I commend all of the positivity that's coming from the panel and then the host and co-host.
Yes, ma'am.
I just think it's awesome.
Thank you, dear.
And that's all I had to say.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mm-hmm.
God is great all the time, every minute, every second, every hour, every. And I say that to say, once again, and me and Maya talk about this, just like the lady just called in, it surprises me who listen to this show. Right. We had people calling from Scotland, Nigeria, West, man, and I be in awe about it, because the main reason for this show, for me and Maya to put this show on, was to help people. We ain't doing this for popularity or to stick our chests out. And it just feels great to know that what we are actually doing is really helping folks. And when we leave the studio every time, our chests be out, sticking out. We wow, Joe, because we know we're actually making a difference. And so give me. I want both of you guys to give me something to give our listeners, something encouraging that you have on your heart to give our listeners. And real talk. And you guys are highly intelligent, and I don't want to lose out on none of y'all wisdom. So if y'all want to speak on something outside of, the pregnancy and parenting, by all means do so, because there are a lot of people that need help in a whole bunch of areas.
I want to speak on the pregnancy part.
Oh,
if
amen.
you are expecting a child or have a child, know your options. I was in a point where we were in the delivery room. I was induced, and I wasn't prepared to know that I was going in for surgery and what could happen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they make it, when you're going to the doctor, they try not to give you worst case scenario.
Yes.
I'm a person, I want to know worst case scenario.
Yes, ma'am.
And worst case scenario happened. I was in labor for over 11 hours, ended up getting a C-section, an emergency C-section. And I didn't know what was going to happen, what exactly they're doing, how the recovery would be, and the things that you struggle with once you have a child. People don't talk about the labor part. It's hard.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a big deal. And they don't talk about mental health after.
Okay.
There are a lot of women that after they have their child that struggle with postpartum. And that's one thing that I wish people would have told me about. Because when you have a child and you're happy, sorry, I'm getting emotional.
That's fine.
And you're happy, and then you sit and look at yourself and think of everything you did wrong. Wow. I thought that me having a C-section was my fault.
Okay.
And I looked at my son, I couldn't nurse like I felt like I should have been. Mm-hmm. And just to see the mental state that I went through and getting yourself back up out of that, that's the biggest thing. Know when you need help. And I think that's the biggest thing, just know mental awareness. Know what can happen.
Once again, powerful, and I'm an old head, and that's the first time I've heard someone even speak about the postpartum pregnancy and the mental part of it. And I'm quite sure there are a lot of listeners that wouldn't even put that together. And for you young ladies to even speak on once again, you bringing awareness to somebody now that's expecting. Because now, just off of what you said, you're going to have somebody that's going to call ahead and ask those questions. Let's take another phone call, because my young people are dynamite. Who we have on the line? We got Mr. Penson?
Absolutely.
That's my guy. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. Great show. What I wanted to say is, now, Maya's not aware of age difference. She does, she has older siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when my oldest child was born, I was just 18 years old.
Okay.
Her mother was 17 and still in high school. Okay. I had just graduated from high school myself.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was scared, admittedly. But I was more afraid of her parents than I was my mom.
Okay. That's respect. Yes, sir.
So, after having a conversation with my mother, she sat me down, she talked to me, and asked me what I want to do, what was I going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and she put it on the table. Now, I was an all-star athlete here in the DMV.
Okay.
And her question to me was, what are you willing to sacrifice? Okay. I had this kind of scratch my head on that.
Okay.
Because, I had football scholarship offers to go to school, but I know my mother, there was nowhere in the world she was going to let me go.
Right.
Okay. However, I did go to school. As far as, I went to school in Baltimore. And what ended up happening was, when my oldest daughter was born in December of that year, I had to come home. I actually had to drop out of school so that I could help support and take care of her.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Now, my question to Olivia and Kevin is, what is it that you guys have found yourselves having to sacrifice now that you're parents?
Okay. Mike, Kevin, Olivia? Jump out there. Go ahead. Jump out there, Kev.
I'm about to hear.
Me personally, if my head is stuck on something and I have a drive and a passion, I'm not gonna sacrifice nothing. Just because, especially if it can be a career for me and can be better for my family, I would hope that my family can understand, I'm doing this right now so my family can be better. When Livy was pregnant, I went back to school because I wanted to be better for myself. I'm not going to hinder me or my family so I can be struggling. That's the last thing I want.
Amen.
So I don't really know. Right now, I'm doing so much things right now. Me and Livy just working on something right now, and we've been talking about it for a while. And it's just, I understand it's doable. It's not impossible. Whenever you think it is impossible, believe it is possible.
Amen.
So I'm trying so many different things right now just so I can be successful. And right now, being successful is the main priority for me because I can't fail.
All right. All right, Mr. Brother Penson. You got it, Brother D?
Yeah, well, let me just say this one thing in closing to the young folks out there that's listening.
Uh-huh.
Hey, if you're going to talk the talk, you're going to have to walk the walk.
Amen.
Because once you make that commitment to participate in sexual activity with no protection, you have to be prepared for what comes next.
That's right. You got to be educated. Amen.
Okay, you guys have a great evening.
Thanks a lot for calling in too, Brother
Thank
D.
you for
My
calling
man. All right, Maya, you got some closing? What you got, some closing remarks? Maya's always prepared. Get on my last nerve. What you got to say?
So I have a few upcoming special events and some dates and some thank yous. So next weekend on October 26th, I was invited to speak at the Girls World Expo in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
To speak to a group of girls to talk about dreaming big and to how to follow your dreams and like what to do, like the steps after following your dreams. And I'm also going to start filming I'm going to start filming on the set of Dads Do It Too.
Okay.
It's a new TV series. It's a comedy. And I'm going to be playing the role of Taylor. And I heard there was a birthday coming up.
Who that?
My big brother Archie. So join me.
35. Y'all gonna be 35. Why are you laughing so hard, man?
Yeah,
okay.
35. So join me in wishing my big bro Archie a happy early birthday wish.
Thank you so much, sis.
His birthday is next Friday on October 26th.
Yep. Thank you.
And next month's topic of Voices of Our Teens is a hot one. It's based on issues of dealing with steps. The challenges of stepchildren and step-parents face. So if you know anyone interested in being on the show, please encourage them to follow us and listen to us and email us at Voices of Our Teens. That's the email. That's the Instagram. And then email us at voicesofourteens@gmail.com. And we would like to thank Shooting Future Stars for inviting Kevin and Olivia onto our show. And we will definitely like to thank Kevin and Olivia for being on our show.
Thank you for having us.
And last, I would like to thank my grandparents, parents, and Archie and God for supporting me and hoping to mold me into the person I am now and to help push me to be a better me.
All my life. Maya, God put you in my life for a reason, and I truly want to thank you, and I want to thank your mom and dad for creating such a vessel like yourself. Things in life don't happen by accident, and I gave you my word. My connection with you is so that you can be great, and I say that publicly, and I don't care who's listening. My main agenda with you is to make you great, because there are a lot of young people out here that don't have the unlimited support that they need. We have a lot of kids that are doing great things, but we have adults that are envious of a child being great. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop all that negativity, and we're going to push, motivate, generate, and help as many people as we can help. Y'all feel me?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and give me a closing word, because I know, Nikki, how many fingers you got up, Nikki? Nikki got 2 cricket fingers up. We got 2 minutes left in the show. I want y'all to close the show out, real talk. Olivia, whatever you want to say, Olivia.
Be aware.
Okay.
I'll say that. Be aware, prepare, and don't let anybody stop you from doing what you want to do.
Amen. Brother Kevin?
Yes.
Have right people in your corner so you can be better for yourself. And try to stay positive as much as you can. Being positive is very important, because it will help you push through a whole lot of things, even when it's not looking good, it's not in your corner. But being positive helped me a lot. So, yeah.
So Nikki, we're gonna give Kevin and Olivia we'll get our microphones from Best Buy, or because we dropped a lot of mics in here today. We were just dropping mics. Our callers was dropping mics, our guests was dropping mics, man. On behalf of myself and Maya, Voices of Our Team, we thank you. We applaud you guys, and you are a living example of being able to accomplish all your dreams, all your goals, but also start a family at a young age and be positive and encourage about doing so.
And being mature.
Say it again. Oh, wait a minute. We got a boot. We ain't do the boot. Maya got a boot. Give him the boot, Maya. Look at that smile. Get on my nerve.
Just being mature about it is, in my opinion, one of the biggest things, because you came at it with the right mindset. You're doing the things, you're understanding that you're going to have to make sacrifices so that you can better yourself and your child.
All right. Right on cue. Maya, this is it on cue. Nikki, hey, Maya, Nikki gave us a 1 minute. Like she rolled that joint around. I also want to give a shout out to my dynamite engineer, Miss Nikki. Miss Nikki be doing a phenomenal job. Want to thank all our callers. On behalf of myself and Maya, Voice of Teens, we love y'all. Thank you for supporting us. Kevin, Olivia, you guys are great.
Thank
all
you.
Right, that's it.
Good job, you guys.
Thank you.
Woo, 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 woo.
Oh gosh. You're right. The hour does go by really quick. The hour does go right by. Yeah.
That was fast.
Thank you, everybody, for listening in, tuning in. Close up. We good. All right. That's my guest. There he goes. Chili Kevin on. Kevin, yeah.
Someone you know is addicted to drugs or alcohol.
All right, it's a wrap.